Six Impala.
Six Impala.
Six Impala.
Six Impala.
Hello and welcome
Hey,
back
what's
to
up,
the
you
Six
guys?
Impala-
Welcome back to the
okay,
Six Impala podcast.
Hello. And welcome back
Hey,
to the Six
And
Impala
welcome back to the
podcast.
Six Impala podcast.
Okay,
It's your
Let me
host.
know what you think of this
It's
video.
your host,
Hit
Dan
like,
McPhee.
subscribe.
Oh my god. Fuck you guys. My name is
We like to
Kat.
have-
I'm here
we-
with
at Six
Tommy
Impala, we like to have
underscores
fun.
today.
We like to have fun.
What are we in 6th grade? Fuck off. I'm trying to do the intro, boys.
I see what you did.
What's going on here?
Dan, have you ever heard of a show called Edgar and Ellen? Or is that just a fever dream?
What is Edgar and Ellen?
You ever
It's a
heard of a
fever
show
dream.
called Ed, Ed, and Eddie?
I have heard of the show Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
Oh,
I think
we're not getting
that's,
on-
I think
we're
that's
not
an
going
S
on
tier
this.
theme.
That's
we'll say
another
that it
episode.
is-
We're
yeah, I
not.
agree with that.
We're on it. That's another episode. We're gonna go on that another time. Okay. For now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna thank our lovely Tier 5 patrons. Okay. And you guys are gonna shut the fuck up while I do this.
We
Right.
can't read off
Huge
any.
shout out and thank you to Boyd, Clarence, Infinity Bean, Ghosts, Nanode, Spidey Stretch, Skrillex himself,
Whoa.
Soapy Milk, me underscores EXE, and Swoos for being our 10 Tier 5 patrons.
Watch me swoosh right in.
Yeah, we actually picked up Skrillex as a patron. It's pretty insane.
Insane. Making
Sounds a lot like Critical. Pretty insane. Okay, so today's episode. Today we're gonna discuss something really important. I'm about to wake up all you sheeple, and I'm gonna explain the two-night theory. Okay. This is a theory that I developed in the past month. Okay, and it's a theory. It's pretty bold, but I think it's the way forward. Every day doesn't have a singular nighttime, okay? Each day actually has two nightttimes, okay? One nighttime is from 6 or 7 p.m. The starting point of that one doesn't really matter, up to 11:59 p.m. And then the second nighttime is from 12 a.m. to 4 a.m. in the next day, okay? And the reason for that is that people say, we're going to go to the show tonight, and it starts at or ends at 2 a.m., right? If we're going to factor in 2 a.m. into the nighttime, then we can't have it also exist on the next day, okay? I know it's a little confusing, but it makes sense. I'm going to put up the chart. I drew out a diagram to really explain this for you guys. I'm going to put it up in the video. You'll be able to see exactly what I'm talking about. What do you guys think? What do you think of this?
Okay, so how did this theory come into existence? What provoked you to?
Okay, so what happened is Liam Crisp in our Discord server, he said that the new Space Laces Voltage was coming out. He's like, it comes out tonight at 12 a.m. Which then provoked me and made me realize, wait a minute,
I
12
can start
a.m.
a problem when there is none.
Shut the fuck up. This isn't a problem, this is a solution. We've been a confused society.
Okay,
for
all
a
right,
while.
Dan.
This is interesting.
I'm fixing a problem.
This is interesting.
Okay, so look, he said Voltage 2 comes out tonight at 12 a.m. And I said, wait a minute, 12 a.m. isn't tonight, it's actually tomorrow, right?
Uh-huh.
But simultaneously, it's still fair to assume that it is tonight because there's no long break in between or sleep in between or any kind of concrete, tangible event that would separate the two other than the passage of time between 11:59 and 12 changing the date, right?
Yeah, the
so
one
then
tangible
I
thing that
realized, wait a
matters.
minute. Well, then I realized, wait a minute. Generally, when people consider like people will say like, oh, it's 3 at night, right? Or oh, it's like 4 at night. They're talking about technically like 3 in the morning and 4 in the morning, right?
Which
And
people
some
also
do
say.
use those words. People do. Hold on. People do. I'm not denying that there are people out there who have. There's different parties in this. It's not just like I'm on one side and the other party's on the other side. It's like there are multiple different parties in this. However, I think the true future is that there are 2 nights in a day. Because, and the reason being is that, so once you pass 12, so and the date I'm pretty sure was the 24th leading into the 25th, right? So let's use those numbers as the example. If it's the 24th of September or October, and I think it's September. Yeah, if it's the 24th of September, and something comes out at 12 a.m. on the 25th, then the time inside of the 25th, so from 12 a.m. to 4 a.m., that period of time cannot exist in the 24th of September. Because it's not. Because as soon as we hit a 12 a.m. mark, the day forcibly changes to the next date.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
But the only way to accommodate 12 a.m. to 4 a.m. as nighttime is to make it a second night. What are your thoughts?
Okay. All right. Well, I think while logically and semantically, your argument makes sense.
Well, it's not semantics. Fuck you. It's not semantics. This is important.
Okay. Well, I
This
think
isn't just semantics,
Logic.
James.
Logically,
The future that's sick.
what? This is the future's at stake. The future of whether
This
or
is
not
the
people will be
future.
like, "How was this morning?" versus saying, "How was last night going to a party?"
Yes.
Like, okay, Dan. Here's the thing. I talked to Devin a little bit. And something occurred, like a realization occurred in that if I go to a party, like if I'm hanging out with my bros at 11, like 11 p.m. and then it like runs over to maybe 2 a.m. It's it's one continuous event. There is no physical split between night 2 and night 1 and the day moving forward, right? So and then I go home and then I go to sleep and I wake up at 9 or 10 in the morning. And then my buddy walks and is like, "Oh, how was that party last night?" He's like, "No, it wasn't a party last night. It was a party this morning."
No, it wouldn't have been this
No.
morning. It would have been it was a party this night.
You're saying the party last night fed into the party tonight. Because there are 2 nights in one day. So at the point that it crosses 12 a.m., it's now entered tonight instead of last night. So the party happened last night and tonight. That is the issue.
No, you're combining tonight. See, the thing is that you're using the word tonight synonymously between night 1 and night 2, and that's where you're getting confused.
So what do you use for night 1?
So tonight 1 and tonight 2.
That's so fucking dumb.
No. No, it's either that or we come up with a new word. Listen.
Welcome to the Six Impala podcast, people.
No,
Welcome.
listen. No, listen. That's the problem here, right? You're proving my point. There's an issue here.
Yeah.
There's an issue here.
Okay.
There's an issue
Okay,
here.
there's an issue.
There's an issue here with the language of it, right? Because you can't say last night.
So it is semantics.
Hold on.
It's
If
literally
it is,
semantics.
it's not semantics. It's an issue. It's an issue with the language. There's
That's
an issue
what
here.
semantics means.
No, semantics means points that are irrelevant to the point that I'm trying to make.
Oh my God, Dan, semantics, noun, the study or science of meaning in language.
Wait, really?
That's what
Wait, hold
semantics
up.
means. Semantics isn't it's not a fancy buzzword. It means something.
Hold
You
on.
know
I
what else?
know it means something.
And you have low semantics, Dan.
Concerned with meanings. There are a number of branches in some.
You have a
Hold
low.
on, I've only ever had semantics used in a context where it's like, oh, you're arguing about things that don't matter. But listen, this matters, okay?
No.
Because there's an issue here.
That's not what semantics
There's an issue in
Yeah, there is an
conveyance
issue.
here,
The issue
okay?
is you don't know what semantics means.
No, we can't just walk around daily and act all willy-nilly about
Yes,
how
we can.
saying last
Yes, we
night
can.
when we're
yes,
actually...
we can.
No,
Literally,
we
we can.
can't.
Here's the
Yes,
thing.
we can't
do
Okay,
that.
okay.
No, we can't.
Okay. This is the core of my argument. There's this sort of I think you're the type of person to be like, okay, it's say it's 1 a.m. or whatever.
Yeah.
You have one of your friend has a class at 11 a.m. or whatever. He says, I gotta wake up early for this class at 11 tomorrow. I think you're the person who says, oh, you mean today?
Yeah.
That
That's
sucks.
me.
You suck.
No.
These type of people are
Why
the
do I
worst
suck?
type of people.
No, why
Let
are we the
it
worst type
be.
of people? What's
Literally let it be.
why?
Because
Why don't
no
you
one
just
cares,
pick your?
because you know
Why
what it
don't you
means.
stop
You
slacking?
know what it means because you literally know what
Dan,
it means. If someone says, I have a class tomorrow at 11 a.m. and it's 1 a.m., you know they mean 11 a.m. the same day. And you know they mean 11 a.m. the same day, but you're not going to say that. But you're not going to say it out loud because that's annoying.
I don't get mad.
I know you don't
I
get mad.
say
It's
it.
like a
I don't
snarky-
get mad.
It's the snarky comment. You think
Yeah,
it,
and I think-
you don't have to say it. But I feel like you're the type of person that would
It's
totally
a little tongue in
say it.
cheek. I'll admit it. It's a little tongue in cheek. It's a little flirtatious. You know, it's not. I'm not trying to provoke anybody into a fight here. But yeah, what about it?
Here's
You
what
just
it's
let
about.
people
You call
live.
you call for a solution to this so-called problem, but the problem is not that it's a problem itself. It's more like you want. I feel like you're gonna want people to like use this new system, or like try to make this new system, and then it's just so natural for people to not really care about that kind of
Hold
thing.
on. I think within the context of like casually.
Which is
I think it's
almost
totally
all
understandable.
contexts.
No, that's not true. Sometimes we have to examine times very specifically. Or in this case, when a time was announced, like the showcase, if I'm not mistaken, for Voltage 2 was announced for like tonight at 12 a.m. That's annoying because it's inaccurate. Because it's just like
Okay, Dan.
factually inaccurate.
Because
You
here's
can't
the
have 12 a.m. tonight.
But you know what it means.
Exists.
That's the point. There's no problem.
Yeah.
Like the problem is that you think that there's a problem, but in reality, like this like everyone's operating.
I know what it means. Hold on.
Everyone's
I know
operating
what
under
it
the same
means
language
because-
and knows what everything means.
Yeah, but what if somebody's new to English and then like they don't understand like the nuances?
English
Okay,
has like
you know,
20. Like,
because-
English has thousands of other things that make no fucking sense because it's English.
Yeah, why is this
Like,
the
yeah,
one
well,
thing?
How are we gonna
Fixing
tackle
one
those?
of these
How are we
things-
gonna tackle? Listen, this is exactly why the English language is fucking broken. Is because everybody is totally fine with these invalid nuances existing all over the place. Okay, I am trying to take the first step forward to regulating the English language so that it's not so fucking complicated for everybody else. All right. Okay, now hold on. Let's say we move forward. 'Cause we're doing it. We're moving forward with night 1 and night 2, okay?
All right.
There's a lot of different dynamics that this affects. This doesn't just affect
Okay. Oh, you
The
so you're
passage
talking
of
about
time,
social
too.
change.
This is a social change, this is an aesthetic
the
change.
repercussions.
There's a lot of different things. Well, because night 1 and night 2 have to be differentiated.
Okay.
They're different modes, right? Like the time between 7 p.m. and 11:59 p.m. has a different vibe than the time between 12 a.m. and 4 a.m. Am I not wrong?
Yeah.
There's a different vibe. There's a different energy.
Like all parties would have to start at night 1, because night 2 parties would be lame.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I'm actually. Hold on. To me, like night
nobody
1
would
is
say-
7 p.m.
Yeah, okay,
to
so
11:59.
here's the thing.
What?
Here's
But I'm not opposed to
What?
switching. I'm not opposed to. I'm
Dan,
not opposed to switching
Dan,
that. I'm okay
here's
with
another-
switching that.
Dan, here's another,
We can
here's
switch
another
it.
problem. If I wanted to have a party at 1 a.m. at my house, and I was using your system, making posters would be inherently difficult because technically, if my party started at 1 a.m., it wouldn't be the night of, like, let's say the 20th of tonight, the 23rd. It would be the night of the 24th. But I'd have to specify that it's night 1 of the 24th, which makes no sense. Hey,
No, you don't actually
and
have
then-
to specify night 1 at
Yeah,
all. Or
well,
night
okay,
2 at
but
all.
what?
You
Then
just put
if
the
I say-
time.
if I say
you
there's
just
a
say the
party-
12
if there's a
a.m.
party-
25th at 12 a.m.
What?
That's it. Did you say the 25th? If it's
Then
the 24th,
because people are going to
leading into the
assume that
25th?
means that on the 25th, that night, like the later night, that when I see like there's a show on the 24th for whatever, and it bleeds until 4 a.m. Right? I don't think like I'm not thinking that it's like 24th like the night.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah, you're not thinking it because you've been conditioned not to.
Because
I'm
that's just
saying
how
that
natural
if we're
it-
gonna,
that's just how natural
That's
it
because
is.
you've been because societally we've been conditioned to accept.
Oh
this.
wow!
I'm saying moving
you haven't even
forward.
seen the Joker movie.
I'm saying moving forward, we have to use this kind of language to help condition the populace into a night 1 and night 2 system. Now, and here's the other thing.
But that
Ultimately,
sentence
there's a
made
better
no sense,
solution to
Dan.
this.
Can you say that again?
There's what?
Is that-
Yeah, it did. We have to condition.
No, you said we have to
the
condition people
populace.
to use this system so that they can be conditioned to use this system.
Quickly,
please.
show a replay.
Oh fuck! Shit. Okay. Listen. We have to condition them so that they use this system, okay? Because
Okay.
it's better. It's a lot less confusing, okay? And
This
then
is more confusing.
no, look, and then here I have a better solution anyway. So if you're making a poster and you want something to happen at midnight, right?
Yeah.
First of all, you could just say midnight. You don't have to say 12. You could just say midnight, okay? And then second, you could also just, if you're afraid of people conveying 12 as like the wrong period of time, like if they think like for whatever reason that 12 a.m. on the 25th is actually like 12 a.m. on the 26th.
Okay.
Instead, you could just say the event starts at 11:59 or 11:50 on the 24th, and it'll convey like, oh, leading up to midnight.
Okay, but that
people
sounds
do that
really
sometimes and
dumb.
it looks ugly.
Yeah.
No,
it's
you
so-
can't
My
just
song
say
is
shit
coming
just
out on
sounds
Thursday
dumb.
At
well,
11:59 p.m.
You can't just say shit's dumb. There's no reason behind it. They just say, oh, it's dumb.
It is dumb though. Imagine being like, yo,
It's not a reason.
New Year's
It's the same
happening
shit with
at
the Minecraft Steve.
11:50.
You're like, if it's stupid, it doesn't work. There's no reason. You're not giving me a reason. You're just saying it's dumb because you don't like it. Well, I don't care if you don't like it. It's the way we're moving forward. Okay, now. Okay, I was trying to get to a point. Okay. You know how
think I've
Twitter
heard
has
that
dark
either.
mode, right?
Yeah, I don't think
Twitter has dark mode.
your semantics
Discord
are
has
really
night
bad.
mode. Discord has night mode. We need to move forward with a night 1 mode and a night 2 mode for all platforms. This will help condition people into the new system. They will get used to they will get used to the change from night 1 to night 2.
You're gonna condition me to shove you in a locker.
No, hear me out. Well, because I get it.
I can't
get
hear
it.
you from inside
Look,
the locker, Dan.
Like, I get it. It's a bold change. It's a bold change.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's progressive. It's inclusive.
I don't
is
know
inclusive?
if it's
Who
progressing
is it
or
inclusive?
regressing for that matter. I don't know if this is going anywhere.
Yeah, I don't actually
Like,
think
I
it
think it's
changes
kinda-
I think
too
it's
much of
progressive.
anyone's lives.
I think it's taking out one.
I don't think it's
one-
moving
one
forward or
degree.
backward. I think it's just kind of
no,
staying.
Well, here's the thing.
No.
Here's
It
the problem,
takes it-
Dan.
it takes
Here's the
away- it
problem.
take-
Here's the problem. I think
look-
hear me out. Hear me out.
All right.
By adding a separate second night to each day, you are doubling the amount of work it takes to record the like your history. Like I gotta be like, oh, Wednesday night 1, Wednesday night 2,
Yeah.
rather than being like Wednesday morning or Wednesday night.
You can also just say the time. You don't ever have to when specifying
Okay,
like, a
okay,
time,
so then
like,
so
you
you're
don't
just
ever
saying
have to
you're just
write
saying
down
that
the word
instead.
night.
then yeah, why even make a new system
Why
if we're not
make
gonna
2
fucking
nights
use it
if
because it's dumb?
Just
Because
say the
there's not-
time.
You're
Look-
pretty much you're like, we're progressive, but you don't actually have to use the system because clearly that's dumb.
No. I'm not saying you don't have to use the system.
Yes, you just said
I'm just
that.
saying that when the system is used, it should be used correctly. Because look, we don't have to. Let's say that we don't involve 2-night theory. Okay. Let's say we don't. People and like it's still more efficient to just put the fucking time, right? But people will still communicate using the words tonight for shit that isn't tonight because factually time can't exist from one day into another one, but they will still use the words tonight. So what I'm proposing is that we bring up a new solution to help communicate through those instances exclusively. If you're gonna use tonight to talk about 12 to 4 a.m., you should be using, that's tonight
You know
too.
what? I have a solution.
tonight
I think
one.
I know what
We
the
don't
problem
have
is.
to call it tonight
We need
1 and
to-
2.
no,
Maybe
no,
we
no,
can
no,
come
no,
up with.
no.
Maybe we
need
can
to-
call one
I
a
understand the
tonight and the
solution
other one's
now.
a fortnight. Like I don't fucking care what we
Don't
call it.
say those words.
I don't care what we
Anyways,
call it.
The search
I'm just-
algorithms.
No, look. The tonight 1 and tonight 2, they don't have to be called that. We can actually give them fancy English names, whatever. They're just for the theory to help illustrate my point.
Like
There's a
dusk
first
and
and
dawn?
second night. No, dusk and dawn are different because those dusk and
Oh,
dawn apply
Those
to the
occur
sun.
before
They don't
and
apply.
after night 1 and night 2.
Dusk and dawn.
Yeah, but
can-
night applies to the
Respectively.
moon.
No, hold on. Night applies to like. Yes, it applies to the moon and like when the
I have
sun
a
is
better.
out. But dusk and dawn change per season, where like it's kind of weird. Like it's not like a set time is like.
I don't see what's wrong with people
Whatever,
just
like-
operating on like when the sun comes up and when the sun goes down.
Like day
Like
and night.
there's objectively when you look at the sun and moon, there are 2 periods of time in which the sun is up and which the moon is up.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
that's not accurate. The moon is completely independent of the sun. Like the sun doesn't. The sun can be up and the moon can be up at the same time. You know.
Yeah, sure. Yes. Sorry, my
Yeah.
bad.
It's
Yeah.
you're good. It's really just the rotation of the sun that matters the most.
Sun goes up, sun goes down.
Now, here I have a better solution. Since the world is going towards night mode, instead of having 2 nights, why don't we just shift the clock 6 hours so that the split is not during the night but during the day? That way, the 12-hour.
That's actually a better. You know what? I'm actually for this solution.
I like this one because it's like then we switch. The vampire.
Then we're
includes
inclusive to
vampires.
the past. I'm okay with it. So hold on. So then what happens is and that's actually the other reason why I was presenting this theory, because if we go by like what everybody's saying, by like, oh, if I'm saying like 2 a.m. tonight, then what we're actually communicating is that the day doesn't start at 12, it starts at 4 a.m. And we're shifting the clock over. We're shifting the day cycle over.
Yeah.
At least in terms of communication.
I think it'd be really cool to shift the cycle. Yeah, shift the clock over.
Just straight up bump the
split.
clock up 4 hours?
Yeah, or to 6, and just right in between when the like the what's the word? Shift it so that when the split between like 11:59 and 12 a.m. occurs is not when the moon is out, or sorry, when it's nighttime, but when it starts becoming like actually bright.
Yeah, but I think the only issue with that is that could become even more confusing, because just like I said, like with the seasons, that time would retroactively change depending on like, because like during the winter, like it's night, like for me it's nighttime at like.
Well,
fucking
you know
now.
that's
Like,
you
it's
know
almost-
that's why we have things like shifting an hour, like shifting an
savings.
hour
Daylight
back
savings?
and forth. Yeah, daylight
Yeah,
savings.
people
That's
hate that
absolutely.
shit.
People
hate that
hate
shit.
daylight saving.
People hate now. Okay. So people hate daylight savings.
Yes.
Now approach them and say, "Hey, we're gonna have like 6 daylight savings now in a year."
Yeah, like
No,
you know, literally
you
imagine
wouldn't-
approaching the people who hate daylight savings with your stupid 2-night theory. Like it would.
Yeah,
Yeah,
actually,
no, hold on. I think
outrage.
my 2-night theory. Hold on. No, because it wouldn't spark outrage, because I'm not suggesting we actually do any time shifting. Daylight savings is annoying because you have to change your fucking clock and you have to reduce or increase your sleep amount, which is fucked up. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just the linguistics of explaining nighttime. I think
Both are
I
just
think-
minuscule amounts of effort
Look,
that
at
you need
least
to make in your
look,
life
at
that
least
are
the
annoying,
response
though.
the response I've gotten so far with night 1 and night 2, okay? There's two different parties, at least so far in my responses, okay? The first party, okay? They're excited. They like the idea of a 2-night system, okay? They like the idea of separating the two because
Okay.
they're both, like I've said, they both have a different aura, a different vibe, a different energy. You know, you can ride the wave a little bit different for each one. Okay?
How big is this
But
first party, Dan?
they're pretty big. Okay, it's a pretty big party.
You sure?
Like popular, they won the popular vote.
Yeah, but what
okay?
if you adjust for
then-
inflation?
We're not talking finances. There's no inflation here. Okay, and then there's the other party, who aren't opposed to the idea because it's not fun. It's not that they don't like the idea; it's that they don't believe in the idea. And I'm saying the only reason they don't believe in the idea is because they've been conditioned not to. And I'm saying we can totally condition people to believe in it.
Yeah, but what if it's just fundamentally wrong?
It's not fundamentally wrong.
You can
Actually,
condition it-
you
you
guys
can
have
conditionally-
admitted that it's fundamentally wrong to say 2 a.m. tonight, because that's
Yeah,
impossible unless we're
objectively.
talking about the night at the start.
Objectively,
Yeah.
it is incorrect to say that.
Exactly. I agree.
I'm
That's
saying
why I'm
you should
developing a
just let
2-night
peop-
system.
I'm saying you should just let people say it.
Yeah,
Because
remember,
everyone knows
time
what-
is relative to the observer.
Yes, everyone understands what everyone else is talking about. Everyone is on the same
Yeah.
page.
But I'm
already.
saying that we need another word. That's really
I don't,
the core
I don't
of my
think,
argument.
I see the
Is
problem.
that we need an additional word.
okay.
And this
All
is
right.
what, again, we go back to the nuances of the English language, okay? Where there's so many tiny little things like this that exist all over our fucking language
Yeah.
that make it impossible to pick up, even though it is like one of the most spoken languages on the planet. It's one of the hardest fucking languages.
So this is
to speak.
now we're getting to the real truth, is that Dan has missed a lot of cool parties as a kid because he didn't know night 1 and night 2 or whatever.
I didn't miss any cool
You were like,
parties.
people were like, "Oh, we're having a party at 1 a.m." You're like, "But 1 a.m. already happened today."
No, it doesn't actually matter to me.
Oh yeah, now it doesn't.
He said,
Look.
he said, "Oh, you mean today?" and then got uninvited from the party.
And then you spent that night in the locker.
I didn't have this look. I used to be one of you, okay? I used to be one
What
of you.
is that supposed to mean?
I mean, it means that I didn't have this scenario that you guys are conjuring up, okay? It didn't occur that way, okay? I used to be one of you.
And then you
I used
removed
to be
the
one of the
wool
fools.
from your eyes.
And then I
yeah.
did.
Yes.
I removed the rose-tinted glasses.
Yeah,
I suddenly
the
realized
veil has been
you know,
risen, and you realize the truth.
I realized
That the reason
true
you were
way
not invited
forward.
to parties was because people were confused at the night system.
No, I never had. No, listen. I was invited to parties, kind of, maybe
Yeah.
1 or 2 parties. All right,
Uh-huh.
they weren't even a good time. So
Yeah.
putting that aside,
Yeah.
all right. I didn't even know this. I was one of you guys during that time.
Yep.
So you can't pull that card. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't pull he has a history with this and
It's probably.
cosmos.
It's
No,
also probably
I'm
because
thinking
you
of
were
other
like,
people
man,
here.
this shift from night 2 to night 1 is really crazy, huh, guys? And then they're like, all right.
I have brought it up at work. People usually just walk away. And this is, again, it's indicative of the conditioning that we have gone through to adopt this fallacy. This is a fallacy that we exist with every day.
Uh-huh.
We could be living in the luxurious world of a night 1 and night 2 system, okay? We could be embracing the different energies of night 1 and night 2 into our
I
system.
think I just don't understand
Okay.
your shift in
I
vibe
think-
that you're talking
Yeah, well, I think here's also another thing is...
There's
like
a
that
shift in vibe.
you
Oh,
don't
there's a
have to-
shift in
No, there's
vibe.
definitely
There
not.
is a
here's
shift
the
in
thing.
vibe.
Here's another thing.
Yeah, there
Dan,
you.
Dan,
Okay. So
Dan,
now
Dan.
you're against
Dan,
the shift
Dan.
in vibe.
Ah,
Yes, I'm
What?
against the shift
Listen.
in vibe.
Listen. The fact that you acknowledge that there is a vibe like is separate between nights 1 and night 2. Why do you have to put a definition on it if it's already natural? Like why do you have
To
to
help
define
communicate
it?
it.
No, because
help communicate it.
adding more
That's like
words-
saying, hold on.
here's the
That's
thing,
like
Dan.
saying, oh, daytime and nighttime have a different vibe because
You
the
said
sun's out.
one of
Why
your
would I
arguments-
communicate the
Dan,
difference?
One of your
though, if
arguments,
it's naturally there.
One of your arguments was that people coming from different languages would struggle with our current night system, but adding more words to the dictionary doesn't make it easier. It makes it harder.
No, I don't think word count makes it difficult. Especially at like somebody who has and does use another language. The things that make another language difficult are not
I went to a
word
writing
count.
class.
Okay, listen. I've been speaking. I'm bilingual, dude. Listen.
Dan, it's really hard to hear
The
you from the
things
other side
that
of
make
that locker.
the things that make a language difficult when learning them
Yeah.
are not word count. Word count does not make a language difficult. The shit that makes French difficult to learn is the fact that words have masculine and feminine meanings, but there's no system developed for deciding what's masculine and feminine. Or shit like some words that are plural end with s, and some words that are plural end with x, etc. And there's a bunch of rules set up for that, but then there's also a bunch of exceptions. I think this is an example of the English language doing something similar where there is an exception for tonight. Tonight means tonight, with the exception of 12 to 4 a.m., which isn't actually tonight, but because we all kind of are in on it, it's okay to consider it tonight.
Okay.
And that's the problem.
I propose a new solution.
All right.
By adding rather than having a single split between days, in which the 24th goes to the 25th and etc., there should be a second split somewhere in your proposed night 1 that is contextual based on the time the time you're experiencing it. So like if ahead of you, so here we go. If ahead of you, you're gonna have a party that lasts from 12 to 1 in the morning, you should be allowed contextually to call it tonight. However, if you're beyond that point, and then that time is behind you, you should be able to contextually call it last night. And there should be there should be a window of time between night 1 and night 2 or whatever, in which you can say that, which already exists. That's just naturally embedded in our brains. 1 a.m. It's like today, for example, it's 6 p.m. right now. I go to a party at 1 a.m. That's tonight.
That's not tonight.
I just think like
I'm going to a
know.
party.
That's tomorrow night 1.
If there's
That fucking blows.
if there's a party
That
from
sounds so dumb.
it's terrible. If there's
It only sucks because it's called tomorrow night 1. I'm saying that tomorrow night 1 and 2 That's the only reason it sucks. If it had an actual night,
I
like,
propose we call it
No.
to Danny.
That's so fucking
No.
so
To
fucking
Danny.
convoluted. Like,
And then night 2 will be called
I mean, look, you brought it up. I mean, if we want to start calling it today,
Tamakfi. Hey, we're having a party at
Tamak-
Tamakfi. Oh, I understand.
Look.
Is it gonna go on
we
till
can
to
call-
Danny?
We don't have to call it night 1 and night 2. We can call it micro night and macro night.
No.
You know, like.
Oh my God, Dan! Can we pull up that picture of you standing?
Oh
over
no!
the-
Don't even bring up the foot.
Oh, it's
picture. I
it's
don't wanna-
going up.
It's not even my foot, and you angled it so
Okay,
that my
can we?
foot looks all tiny.
At least we're gonna flash it on the screen for 1 second.
I'm gonna
3,
flash
2,
it.
1,
Oh.
flash. Okay, all right.
Well, now you
We
gotta
got
put
the-
it in.
We got the
You have
cue
no
in there.
That sucked.
they just
I hate
can't like your party.
You guys are making me do some editing work on this video. Damn.
Your party is from
Oh yeah, we're
from
making you
11
suffer,
p.m.
dude.
to 3
You're gonna be
a.m..
going. You're gonna be going all the way till night 1 with this shit.
You could say, hold on. You could say the party's from 11
Yes.
p.m. to 4 a.m. That's
But
okay.
technically,
you could say
no.
that, but
technically,
fine.
in your
But
terms,
because
that
you-
means
but you don't
it was
have to
last
convey-
night 2, which fed into tonight 1. This is what
Yes.
you're saying. The
yes.
party.
We don't have to use
from
these
last
names. We
night
can change the names.
to tonight 1.
But the system is there.
But Dan,
I've
adding-
laid the foundation for
adding-
the system.
Adding more words doesn't make it more simple. It doesn't define anything. It's just as effective.
Yes,
as
it does.
saying-
No, it makes it more simple.
No,
because,
no. It's just as
because I'm
effective.
removing the nuance, the inwards nuance where you have to be on the know in order
Okay.
to know that
Okay,
like tonight
let's change
doesn't
it.
actually mean.
Let's change it. Let's change it from words to phrase. Let's change it the definition from word to phrase. Okay, so night 1 is phrase 1, night 2 is phrase 2. No matter what you replace the phrases night 1 and night 2 with, there will still be 2 separate phrases. It doesn't change anything. It's just as difficult as it was before, even if you had a separate
No, it's not
unique name.
because I'm removing the nuance. Because in the current system, tonight has 2 meanings.
Hell, if anything, I think night 1 and night 2 have more logical conclusions than just making a separate new word that doesn't exist. And then it has to be conditioned. And then it has to be conditioned.
We can call it. We can just extend the time that midnight is. Honestly, if we need to use a word.
That's
that
just what
already
I said
exists.
before. Just shift the date. Shift that.
No,
clock.
we're not
You're saying
shifting the
midnight
clock.
encapsulates like those like 4 hours.
Hold on. If
That,
everybody,
okay, now
like,
I like that.
I kind of like that. Yeah.
I like that. I like that too.
Yeah,
Night
if
it goes
midnight,
into midnight,
Yeah.
which is like 4
And then-
hours
and then you
long,
can call-
and then it's morning.
Yeah,
then-
4 a.m. midnight.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes,
Yeah,
because what
yeah,
is
yeah,
midnight?
yeah.
Midnight exists on the apex of 12.
Yeah, well,
it's fucking
and then
annoying
you
because
can have
what is the purpose?
Now see, this is where language can come into play really well, because if we change the definition of the word midnight to include a 4-hour span, then you can create another word to represent the apex of those 4 hours, but you don't have to use them. You don't have to.
Yeah,
use
no.
that word.
I mean, like regardless of the system.
But
Like,
with
which
your
system
system,
we choose, you don't have to use. No,
with your
hold on,
system,
regardless,
you would
don't
have to use
them.
Yeah, but
no, you don't have to.
But you would because you couldn't say just
No,
tonight.
the
or
only
last
time
night.
you
You'd
have to
say,
use them is if you're gonna choose to be the guy
Dan,
who starts saying
if
the
I
words
say
tonight.
if I say anything that relates to tonight, I would have to use your terminology. If I say anything
No.
that has to do with last night, I would have to use your terminology to define
yeah,
which
yeah.
last night I'm talking about. That's
Or you
but,
could just use the time. You could just
yeah,
say
but
the time.
okay. So it's like yes, I had a party at 1 a.m. in the no, like come on.
You almost had it, James.
Oh.
You almost had it. You almost had it, and then you stopped yourself because you realized I'm correct.
No.
Oh,
No.
yes.
It sounds robotic. I stopped myself because of how
you said it. You were
robotic it
like,
sounded.
wait a minute. In the middle, I felt it. I felt the energy come from.
Oh,
you.
yeah, I
Because
felt-
you said it.
yeah.
You started. You said,
I
oh,
felt-
what am I gonna say? Oh, it started
man.
at 1 a.m. And then
I
you
think it
realized
was-
as soon as you started, you were like, wait a minute. He's actually
No,
correct.
I stopped because I
have
was
to
afraid.
skew this somehow so that it fits
What?
my
No!
argument and
what
not
are you talking about? That was my argument.
No, that's exactly what you said. You said, you were like, oh, no, what do I have to say? Oh, yeah, like it was 1 a.m. today. And then, like, as you were saying it, you realized, wait a minute, we can already do that. And then you said, fuck, this is actually proving myself wrong. And then you fucked it up by saying, oh, 1 a.m., like.
I actually don't know what you're saying anymore.
We got a caller. Hold on, we got a
Wait,
caller.
Devin,
We got a
Devin,
caller.
do you
Shut.
understand?
We got a caller.
Devin,
We
do
got
you-
a caller. Everybody, shut up. We got a caller.
Okay.
Hello.
Just kinda-
Hold on. We got a caller. Who is it?
Fuck the caller!
Let me answer.
Hello?
Okay, you're on the line. You're on the line.
Hello?
Liam Pringle. Oh, this is fucking
It's
Chris.
fucking me, you fucking piece of shit. Fucking listen to me. Fuck your fucking stupid Night Fairy 2 bullshit, you piece of fucking shit. I'm fucking out here trying to feed my fucking kids. You're out here talking your fucking stupid bullshit. You stupid fucking Night Fairy 2. You fuck your shit, man. Fucking piece of shit. I'm fucking sick of your stupid night. You fucking coming at me. You even got fucking pulled out. You got fucking Mike on your fucking side, you asshole. I'm fucking sick of this shit. Fucking piece of fucking bullshit. Fuck you, man. Fuck this.
Well, that fucking sucked. What an asshole. Why would he call here just to say some shit about me?
That was good.
Thanks,
That was
Liam.
funny.
Thank you, Liam. See,
No.
now Liam
That's-
was talking semantics.
He's talking semantics there.
Yeah,
Liam wasn't
he was
talking
using
semantics.
big words.
Liam was talking some bullshit.
Tell you what, he has some
Okay,
good
fuck you,
points.
Liam.
If I were you, if
Fuck
I were
Chris.
you, I'd follow him on Twitter. Or something.
Follow Liam.
All right. I think that's a good spot to end it, you know. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, you know. I hope you guys move forward with the night one and
This
night
was
two theory.
terrible.
It's
Yeah,
up
This
to
is so
you.
bad, Dan.
I hope
You
I hope
guys
y'all
get
have a
to be
good
the
night.
deciders.
So bad.
That's
I
what
hope-
the democratic system is. You get to decide what system
Yeah.
we move forward with, and I choose forward.
Okay. Yeah, but which forward? Like forward into like night 1 or night 2? Like which one?
Into both.
Okay.
Onward.
Well, you can't just do that. Then you might as well just call it tonight.
No.
Yeah. What if
Shut
you are
the fuck
talking
up.
about both nights?
Shut the fuck up.
We
don't
would
wanna
need
hear it.
a single word to define that entire span of time.
But you can encapsulate both of them together. All right, we're done here.
You mean like
We're
tonight?
going in circles.
Guys, break it up.
We're going in circles.
Can't you see? This night theory's tearing us apart.
I thought you were gonna go into some lyrics there, like "Can't you see something inside of me?"
There
Okay, we're
is
done on that.
something
That's
in
the end of the
all of
episode.
us.
All right, see you guys.